Welcome, creative souls. Welcome to my channel, where I hope you will find peace and perhaps even a little energy for creating art. Today's video will focus on drawing with new watercolors. I would like to get back into the swing of things and enjoy the last month of my pregnancy with creativity. I want to create as long as I can, and now I have more time, so let's give ourselves a little challenge. We will draw and draw every day, and we will see how far we get. My husband gave me the theme for the first day. He said that since I have such beautiful colors that layer nicely, why not to try a jellyfish? It could look nice. So yes, jellyfish. Jellyfish are a challenge. But we are not afraid of challenges, are we? Or are we? Let's start with a sketch. I didn't want it to be just a jellyfish on a page. That would be pretty lame. So I put a little creative soul into it. So come create with me and let's see where drawing takes us. It's nice to start a new sketchbook, but I have to admit that I had slightly different plans for this little one. I definitely didn't plan for it to become my main one. I wanted it to be a travel companion that I could throw in my bag and take with me wherever I go. But it's so cute and it makes me want to draw, because the big one was in the way on my desk. But this one is always there, looking at me. It winks and longs for me to draw in it. So now I mainly draw in this one, and I am curious to see if you will manage to fill it up. I don't think I have ever filled up a whole sketchbook in my life. I always ended up a few pages short. Or I started a completely new sketchbook halfway through the new one and never go back to the old one. However, I have an idea. I could pick up the last years and at least practice drawing figures and environment in it. Some quick sketches. And I could shoot the next video for you, where we will draw quick sketches and practice our hand. To be honest, that doesn't sound so bad at all and could be interesting for you. I didn't study art, so I learned the basics the hard way. I think that as long as you have passion about it, you will learn and it will give you style. The important thing is to know your weaknesses and your strengths. But there is one thing I noticed when I was painting with Gansai Tambi watercolors. It takes a while to mix the right shade, because the paints are thick and they don't blend well, and they dry quickly. If you add too much water, they don't have the desired effect and are too light. I struggled with this a lot at the beginning when I was doing the background. I usually start with the background first so that it is uniform, but as I am not used to it yet, it caused me a bit of a problem, and in the end I decided to give it a try and do the background this time, not first. A little cheating. I decided to do this challenge in the evening, and it was really late by my pregnant standards. I go to bed very early. As the due date approaches, I get more and more tired, and I go to bed for 2 hours in the afternoon, and in the end, about 9, I am very useless. But I think the new colors that my husband gave me to Christmas had a very positive effect on me, and I was really looking forward to starting to create and draw with them. So tired or not, it was time to throw myself into art but I had to finish it the next day. And everything looks much more magical in the light. Like you can see, in dark it all blends together a bit. I need to get a slightly better lamp. This one is beautiful, I love it, but for drawing I would need something I can adjust to suit my needs. And this one is more for the nightstand, for a good book. You know what I mean. And what are you reading right now? Tell me in the comments. I am neglecting it a bit at the moment. Yapping again. I finally finished reading In a Maze Guide to Childbirth, and it was amazing. You know, I will talk about it a little bit. I wanted to be prepared for a childbirth, and I can highly recommend it. It's a great book with excellent commentary and advices. It also includes lots of stories from women, and I've always been very afraid of childbirth, but I think that's largely because people don't educate themselves much in this area. And movies make childbirth seem like a horror story full of suffering. Then they wonder why so many people don't even want to hear the word childbirth, especially women, and I was among them. However, thanks to this book, I have discovered so many beautiful and interesting things. I am no longer afraid. I will listen to my body, and I think that is the most important thing when it comes to childbirth. We all have that primate inside us that knows how to take care of itself. It activates the instincts we all have and help us to overcome these difficult and painful moments. I've talked a bit too much here, and I'm so sorry for the noise in the background, but my chinchillas are taking bath and they are noisy. So back to the topic. These are my insights and my thoughts about childbirth and everything that is going on around me. Maybe I should rename this channel to a podcast with art in the background. No, I am kidding. Art is an important part of me, and I absolutely love recording videos of myself drawing for you. It's nice to see how I am progressing. Maybe in a year I will look back at these first videos and say to myself, wow, I made a progress again. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. A lot will depend on the circumstances and how I manage everything with a small child. I got so carried away talking that I didn't even tell you anything about the second drawing. I prepared a sketch, but you can't really see these sketches very well. That is, unless you film them up close, and I forgot about it sometimes, so sorry for that, guys. And overall, I didn't expect to have so many shots and recordings for the first drawing. I hope you enjoy this longer content, because I really enjoy creating it. And at least it won't mess with your brain like TikTok content does. Overall, short-form videos aren't the best company. And now I am getting completely off topic again. I wanted to say that the second image is a fairy, very magical one and very unusual one. I wanted it to fill in the fantasy element that took place on the previous page. It will be colorful and crazy, and there is some fun fact. When I finished this fairy lady, I forgot to let it dry, and her face stuck to the other page. So it's not completely whole anymore, and I can't show it anymore to anyone. I know I can show it to someone, but my creative heart can't bear to look at it right now, because I put a lot of work into the face. You will see it later in the video. And the face is so tiny that it was really difficult for me to draw. My brushes are too thick for such precise work, but I think I managed it well. That's probably why it bothers me that I turned off my brain after drawing and closed the sketchbook before it was dry. The second watercolor drawing is finished, and all we need is a signature and the date, which I always struggle with and have to think about what day it actually is. And here you can see the final page. Don't you think it looks truly magical together? I had a great idea because the biggest time waster when drawing is the shades I am still unsure about. So I had a brilliant idea. I will make a small palette where I can see all the shades and be more confident about which color to choose. But it took a long time. Here you have an accelerated shot, but as there are many shades of color here, it took a lot of work. It is important to always clean the brushes so that the colors do not mix together and create completely different shades. And what am I drawing here? Nature. And nature and nature. What else would I draw? I wanted to play around with colors a little, now that I have a color palette and know what each color is like. And here we are, on the third day. Isn't that great? The original plan was for it to be 7 days long challenge. But when I saw how much work these 3 days took, I thought it would be a pretty long video. But I am curious if you would be interested in a longer one. Maybe in this format? Let me know in the comments what you would like to see so I can tailor the content to your preferences. And now a smaller philosophical window. What do you feel when you look at this picture? Do you feel emotion? Have you ever wondered why we compare a person's inner process to emotions? Like here, for example. It's just a still life. And I thought to myself, this would look nice in my sketchbook. Some of you may feel love and romance in it because you see the sunset and warm colors that please your eye. Or someone else here may feel sadness and loneliness because there is no one around. There is nature and not a single animal, just a still life. Or you may feel calm when you look at it. These are just my thoughts as I look at the drawing. It's soothing. I didn't even tell you to bring coffee today or tea. I am having orange lemonade with ice today. And I have to say it's delicious and very refreshing. What are you drinking now? Are you more of a coffee or a tea person? It's a shame there are no live comments and we can't chat, but I will be happy to read your comments. At least I will know you watched the video until the end. And I have to admit, it's really admirable. Because let's be honest, when I start talking, I can't stop, and I don't mind it at all. And since you have made it this far, you're probably enjoying it as much as I am. And this is the end of this video. The 4th day is behind us, and this is the last double page. Take care and see you next time.